All right, I'm back again for another game jam for Pax Unplugged 2023. I'm joined by Stephen Wu, artist and game designer. And Stephen, we're gonna jam.
All right,
You
let's
ready to
do
jam?
this. I'm ready to jam. Trying to get loose.
Get loose, get fit, get
Yeah.
your mind in the right place.
Hopefully it's already there.
And we go. All right,
right.
set this. Oh, get our timer started.
Oh, we gotta
here.
get the timer started, and we're going.
All right. What kind of game do you want to make?
Should we do 2 players?
Sure, that makes sense.
Battle game.
So I did one of those already, but
Yeah.
we could do it different than I did before.
Let's
So-
do a multiplayer battle
A
then.
multiplayer battle.
Yes.
Like we're on the same side, or
No,
like
we're all fighting.
okay.
we're all
So we're
fighting.
gonna design for more people than we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like a big scrum type thing.
Yeah, I like
All
it. I like education, so
Yeah.
let's make it educational.
Okay.
Trying to get my kids into math.
Sure. Oh, kids into math. So is it gonna be like 7 beats of 5, like that kind of is that kind of like a thing you want in there?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do numbers.
Okay.
But we gotta dress it, because I think if I
Sure.
just ask my kids to do math, I'll be like, all right.
It's so deck of cards is an obvious choice if we want to do numbers.
I like that.
So we have that. We can get the we could add multiplication too, where it's like certain special moves or whatever.
Yes.
Like this is an add move, but this is like now this is a multiply move.
Yes.
So like you get a bigger effect.
Yes.
You
yes.
like that?
I like that.
All right. Okay. So there's some interest there.
Okay.
We could we could set any kind of theme, but like
Yeah.
what is
So
the,
how do we make? It has to be all the players, however many you decide to have.
Uh-huh.
They have to all be on equal side. So you don't need a game master or anything like that.
Yeah. So if you, with a deck of cards, we could split it out and get 4 players that have 1 through 10 pretty easily.
But what if there's 3? We can't necessarily.
Well, there's 4 suits. There's a maximum of 4 players, but you
I
could
see.
use multiple decks
I see.
to do more players. But again, with the deck of cards, you could do 1 through 10.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. How about? I used to play this math game when I was younger with cards.
Okay.
Where your multiplication thing gave me an idea.
Yeah.
So it's a race.
Okay.
It's a race to get to. So the game I used to play was it's a race to get to 24. You can use any like addition, subtraction, etc.
Okay.
And then 4 cards, and then you try to make 24. So we could do some like variation of that, right?
Okay. I like it. This sounds good.
So I think 24 is used because it has so many factors, right? Like 8s,
Right.
3s, 6, 4s, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna try to do this, innovate a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think we should just take that.
Yeah, yeah.
Reskin that game.
We had made a new game. Yeah, I'm totally listening. I'm just separating out the card sets.
Cool.
Yeah, so what would you? I mean, obviously, if we're going to put a skin of a theme on it at
Yeah.
some point in this process, then that will add something to
Right.
the play.
Well, we have a king and a queen and
Okay.
a jack already.
That's true.
What do you think about like armies?
Yeah,
So it's like every suit is an army.
every suit is an army, and
Yeah.
then they have their king, queen, and like the jack would be like the military commander. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
So like, what if those are like the three like math things that you're doing? Like
Right.
the king would be the division, the queen would be the multiplication, the jack would be the additive
that's a
thing.
great idea.
So like you can only, if you've got the queen up, you can only add to what you've got or multiply what you got. That kind of a
so
thing.
we use dice. We do that. Dice and cards. It's the
Yeah,
plus
yeah,
one
dice
system.
and
Dice
cards.
and cards is what we do. How about this? You roll the dice to see
Okay.
the number you need to arrive at,
Ooh, okay.
and then the person, every person gets to field an army,
Okay.
right? And you try to be you want to make your card the closest to the number that you rolled. So like for example, if I roll a 3,
Yeah.
and then I have it, like everyone's gonna play their 3s, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but you can only play 3 once, right?
Right.
So, and how about 3d6?
I've got dice. I didn't get them out of the bag.
Yeah.
So we'll have to. We can do dice. I
can
like
do dice.
this.
We should-
I like this.
I think we need three dice.
3 dice. All right.
Or should we do 4? Because it's that 24 game. 4, 6, 24. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
4 to 24 is the maximum number range.
All right. I like it. Let's get out some dice.
Yeah, pretty dice. Custom, never going home dice.
These are the never going home dice indeed. Indeed. I'm sorry I don't have the Tenebria dice in here.
It's okay.
All right, so we got some dice.
Okay, so we each pick an army. I
right.
picked the Army of the Spades.
Army of the Spades. All right, I'll be the Army of the Hearts.
Okay. So let's see. So should we only be able to play each card once?
I like that idea, like kind of like you're marshaling your forces
Yeah,
and you're sending them out
exactly.
into like waves or whatever, and like
Yeah.
the waves may change what the obviously, yeah. I mean, like I might have a strong first wave, and then you might have an even stronger second wave, or
Right.
whatever.
So the big thing is, I feel like whoever goes last has an advantage. If we're trying to get the closest to the number,
Yeah.
whoever goes last, you can always just do
So
one.
we're each playing on the same pile to adjust the pile to like what we want it to be, or are we trying to? Because you said race earlier, so like I'm thinking like we're each trying to get to our own number in a certain number of moves, or is it like?
Should we each try to field the soldier that like? So for example, like the dice represents a conflict, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'll roll, and it's a 9, 10, 12.
Okay.
So there's no way we can reach 12 with just one,
One
right?
card, yeah.
So there would have to be some sort of rotation. And you field.
So do you have your full hand of card? I think you have to shuffle.
Okay.
I think you have to shuffle. I think you got limited resources. So there's some power cards in here,
Okay.
but the face cards are powerful cards.
Yeah.
But you may not have those in your hand.
Right.
So I think, let's say maybe if we're playing on 4, I think 4 or 6 in your hand out of the 13 you have. What do you think?
4. I think 4.
4.
4 die.
4 die, 4 cards.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you may have gotten great cards, you may have gotten bad cards,
Right.
right? So we're trying to get to 12. So then do we make like I had proposed that like king was subtract, queen was multiply, and jack was add, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can I make 12 with my hand of cards?
Yeah.
Is what I'm
Yeah.
looking at,
Yeah.
right? So
And the default is add. Because if I get a handful of numbers, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
I can only
Okay,
play
you can
one
always
card.
add.
You can
Okay.
always add.
okay. So then what would queen do then instead? of
So,
add?
so then it would be, so you can always add jack to subtract,
Okay.
queen to multiply, and king to divide.
Okay. Oh, okay. Multiply. Okay. Subtract, multiply, divide. Yeah.
This may be too complicated.
This may be too complicated. This may be too complicated.
Should we just let them be wild? So like you can always add, but the jack, queen, king are wild.
wild cards?
Are wild functions, right? So
Oh.
you can.
Oh, you can do
use
any of the 3 can do any of the 3.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Or any of the operations.
Right. Okay. So I'm looking at my cards, seeing if I can do this. Can I make
Yeah.
12 out of like any sort of like these things? So I guess we're playing open table, right? We're trying to figure out if this works. So I got 8. I got 8. I got 2 numbers.
Right.
So I got 8 there. So can I put any of the operations between those 2 numbers
Exactly.
to equal 12?
You can manipulate these two numbers any way you want.
Right. So I can't add 3 to 5, subtract 3 from 5, or multiply 3 by 5
Yeah.
to make anywhere near
Yeah.
12. I don't think I guess I could do. I mean, you'd end up with 15. I could get 15.
Yeah.
But I think that might be the closest that I could get. So I've overshot the 12, the goal.
Right. So let's
So
do
can
bust.
you even do it?
Yeah. So I think bust you bust.
Bust you bust. Okay, so then it would be 8. 8 is the best I could do.
Right. And the best army I can field is 9.
All right.
So my army is closer to the objective. So my army beats yours.
All right.
I think we could all face down.
Oh, so like you don't know who's won until the thing.
Yeah.
So then, all right.
So then that way, like I can't look at your 8 and then put down 9, right? Like I have to have my functions in. So like, for example, if I know you have an 8 and I only have a 2 and a 3, I'm not gonna do crazy risks with my king and my ace.
Sure.
So I'm gonna field this army of. I'll use 2 cards and I'll keep these for the next hand.
Right. Right.
We always draw it to 4.
Okay.
So if I have these 2, I might keep them. I
Right,
might think,
right.
oh, all right. So.
But then there's a progress bar or something like that we're like,
Yes.
in this instance, I got to 8, you got to 9, so you won this round.
Yep.
And then we keep going. We roll these again. Then there's like
Yeah, and then we go around,
it's sort of like best 2 out of 3 or something like that, or
I-
not best 2, or a longer progress bar. It's got to be 6 or 4. We did 4 for the cards, so it's 6. It's person to get to 6.
I think what we can do actually
Okay.
is, and this will be part of the bet, right? I might use these, but if I lose, the winner takes all the fielded soldiers.
Oh man. All right.
So
all right.
So then I'm using all my soldiers.
Yeah.
It's a big risk. If I lose 4 cards instead of just 2.
Right.
And end of the game, everyone counts their cards. You can have as many
Oh
players as you
yeah.
want.
So
and
it's
then-
kind of like that war thing where like somebody might end up with the whole deck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I like it.
And once your draw deck is gone, that's it. 13 cards.
Right. All right, so let's try a couple rounds with this. I'm going
try
to
it.
check the camera to make sure
Okay.
we're both. I think you scooted back. I want to make sure we're good. No, you're good. You're good.
All right.
Okay. So if that was the first thing, so tell me more about like how you did. You said that like you put them face down, so you're not against.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what cards you have.
Until the reveal.
Until the reveal,
Okay.
yeah.
And then, so I've revealed just these 2, and I got to 8, and you revealed just those 2, and you got to 9.
So then these 4 cards would be mine.
So you take my cards.
I redrew a hand. Let me just draw my old hand back. I'm not
we can
cheating,
start
I
over.
swear.
We can start over.
Let's start over. Let's
Okay.
let's start from the beginning.
Okay. So shuffle our hand of 13.
Right. Imagine if we had like soldiers, actual soldiers, like drawn.
Oh, on the
soldiers
cards,
these.
on the cards?
That'd be pretty sick.
Alright,
And
do we
then
wanna-
you could have like, oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask if we want to set up dummy players, but I think we're maybe not at that stage.
We're not
yeah.
quite there. All right. Would you like to roll?
I will roll the 4 dice. Ooh, I got 13.
13. Okay.
I'm gonna commit 2 troops to this battle.
Ooh, that's tough. I am going to commit all 4.
Ooh, all right. I have a 10.
10.
I got 8 and 2, so I got 10.
I had these. Queen is wild.
Okay,
So 7 minus 6 is 1, plus 10 is 11.
You
So
got me.
My soldiers.
Yeah.
I committed a lot of troops
You
for
did.
it, though.
You committed a lot of troops, but it paid off. It paid
Yes.
off. You get those 2 cards.
Okay.
So then you draw up to 4. So you
4.
get to draw 4 more
I
cards.
draw 4 more cards.
So you might run out of soldiers before
I might run
do.
out of soldiers. We'll have to figure out how to deal with that mechanic.
Yeah, when we get there. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll
Well, I
get
rolled
there.
last time, so you rolled.
My
this
turn to
time.
roll.
Yeah.
All right. 8, 11, 13.
13 again. You commit.
I am committing. So let's do the person who rolls. Will commit the troops
Commit
first.
the troops first. Commits the troops first. All right. Queen. All right. I said so what is it? We got 11. Is that what we got?
In the case of a tie,
Yeah.
the 2 winners split the cards committed equally.
Randomly or like?
Well, they get their own cards, and then whoever, if there's a third person.
If there's a third person. Okay, I like it. All right, I also am committing 2 more troops to this combat.
All right. I may win this one. So 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3.
And I got simple math of King, 10, and Ace. So we both have 11. So we just get our
tie.
cards back.
Yeah, we get our cards back.
So they go,
In our victory pile.
victory pile.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so draw up to 2 again. Draw up to hand of 4.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll.
Please.
We got 9, 10, 11, 12 again.
12.
I think we'll have to check the math on like what 64's what the spread is.
Yep.
Because we've gotten a lot of this about the same number. So what did I say? 12. 12.
And I think the way that you array your soldiers, it actually has to be the order of operation. Right? Like you can't just throw your hand out.
Yeah, you've been doing that. That's good. I've just been adding. I haven't tried for a complex multiplier yet.
I'm committing big again.
You're
all my troops. I'm a war of attrition.
War of it, yeah.
Went to the Ulysses S. Grant School of Strategy.
Well, yeah, that worked as long as they could recruit as long as they had more people from New York that they could recruit.
We'll work on the recruitment for the next part because I'm down to one card.
Yeah. See, I agreed to play a math game with a super genius.
I'm not a super genius.
Well, I'm dumb, so
I could do addition.
I'm like, but I'm not a pattern guy. I'm like, I can't see where I could put the operator in between these as many different ways. I'm like, add. All right, so I'm taking time. We're about to run out of time here. I liked how you keep using minuses. Wait, can I do this? Gosh, I don't know. I think it's just going to be 2 more troops from me.
All right.
2 more troops from me.
The reveal.
The reveal.
So, oops, I did it upside down. 9 minus 5 is 4, plus 8 is 12 exactly.
12 exactly. I got 11 again.
Barely clinch victory from the jaws of defeat.
7 and a 4. 7 and a 4 for victory. So you get these cards.
I get these cards. So I have a cool idea for
you're out of
cards.
Cards, yeah.
So I think you're allowed to reshuffle those of your original faction. These are prisoners of war that I've taken in battle.
Yeah.
And then so I will shuffle my original faction back into my deck.
Okay. Sure.
So as long as you keep, you keep winning,
yeah.
but if you bet big and lose, your hand quickly runs out.
So this is our 3rd round. So this is a 4th round. Is your thing going to beep here? Well, how much more time do we have?
Let's see.
We want to get to the stage where we want to.
Oh, we have 15 seconds.
All right. Well, we've done 3 rounds. Let's do a 4th round.
Okay.
And then see where we are with like victory cards or whatever.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Is it my turn to roll?
Yeah.
Did I roll last? Who rolled?
It doesn't matter. Roll.
Doesn't matter. Roll.
11, 13, 14.
14 again.
I commit 3.
Man, me and my two guys. Yeah, I can't get any juice out of that. What is it?
I actually think we're out of time.
Okay.
Because I accidentally set it to 15 hours.
15 hours?
That would have been a great amount of time. But we're out. We're out of time.
We're out of time?
We're out of time.
All right. Well, you committed your troops. I thought
so much for super genius, huh?
I'll commit these troops and then we reveal.
Yes.
And I've got just 12.
14. 15. I busted. I did my math wrong.
Oh, no.
Loss.
All right. So let's score then and see what let's wrap up what we've done and then we'll do a little debrief and see if this game is worth doing. So how do we score real quick?
I think
is
we
it just
score
number
prisoners.
of cards?
Yeah. So I think
So
what we
is
can
it faces or numbers?
Just numbers.
Just numbers?
Maybe
I mean, not
each of
faces. I mean, is it 3 or is it the numbers?
Oh, just number of cards.
Okay.
But I think each of the face cards should equal 2, right? Because you're using your more powerful cards.
Yeah. So I got 3 victory points.
I have 4.
There you go.
4 of your.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your strategy paid off. All right. So the debrief, we may have gone longer than 15 minutes, but that's down to user error.
Yeah.
And so quick debrief, up or down. Is this game is there something there? Should we develop it more? Or is this like a, wow, that was fun, but let's not?
Yes. So what I think is, it's fun and educational as like a thing.
Yeah.
In order to develop it, I think we need to create cards that are fun to use. And sort
Right,
of
you wouldn't want to
do
play
the-
with just...
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you would kind of need the trappings. Some way of working narrative.
Right. If you were you'd have like a battlefield mat or something that's like you're
Exactly.
tracking you're gonna play 6 rounds, and
Yeah.
or you could do like a movement thing where it's like you've got more prisoners, and you could draw stuff like a prisoner of war area or whatever,
Right.
where you put your
Right.
play area.
Exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Exactly. You would still need the numbers because
Right.
for the I think it could be fun. I think it appeals to a very specific.
Right. It's the
Like-
kind of game that like an educator would design to have fun.
While
Keep teaching
learning.
kids
Yeah,
math,
teaching kids math.
but then like the kids would play it and they'd be like, "This, I would rather play something else."
Yeah, why can't I just actually on a computer like kill soldiers? Rather
Right.
than-
All
Or
right.
an airport game to keep the kids busy. But also be educational.
Sure. Well, we did design a game in
Yes.
15 minutes, or more, give or take a few minutes. So, Steven, tell the audience watching where people can find you if they want to know more about stuff that you've done. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been with Wet Ink Games since almost the beginning.
Yes.
So, like, you can find your work a lot of places. But what do you want to shout out?
Yeah, you can mostly find me on Instagram. I still try to post as regularly as I can. It's at Wurtyurt, WURTYURT. A Mongolian tent for Wu's art.
Only intent for Wu's Art. Amazing. All right. Thank you for gaming jamming with me.
Yeah,
and,
that was really fun.
Thanks everyone for watching the video.
Thank you.